In ancient times, there was a unique way to send messages. All it took was placing a creature called a void, along with a letter, inside a silk cocoon and sealing it shut. No matter how far away the recipient was, the letter would arrive in an instant. The people who did this were known as void keepers, but the void keeper of this generation was growing old, and had yet to find a worthy successor. Because to become a void keeper, you had to be born with a rare ability, the ability to see the void. To find someone with this gift, the old void keeper held out an empty bottle for people to look at. To most people, there was nothing inside, but to a pair of twin sisters, the tiny creatures known as void were visible. Hope sparked in the old void keeper's heart. He decided that when the girls turned 10, one of them would come up the mountain to take his place. But becoming a void keeper meant spending your entire life on that mountain, living a quiet and uneventful existence. So when the girls finally turned 10, their parents still couldn't decide who should go. That's when the sisters made a surprising decision. They would both go up the mountain together. That way, they'd always have each other. The moment they arrived, the old void keeper laid down the rules. Never fully close any door or window. Always leave a crack open to stay connected to the outside world. Because if a void ever finds a completely sealed space, it will take everything inside it away. And whatever gets taken will be trapped in the void's world forever. If that ever happened, there was one rule above all others. Never open that sealed room again. After going over everything, the old void keeper led the sisters into the forest. He taught them how to craft the special cocoons used to send letters. Soak the cocoon in hot water. Pull out all the silk threads. Reweave them into two separate cocoons. Then seal a void inside one of them. From that point on, the void could only travel back and forth between the two cocoons. A wandering mushisher would carry one cocoon with them. Whenever a letter came in, the void keeper would slip it inside with the recipient's name. The void would then carry it straight to the mushisher's hands. Just like that, the two sisters became the new void keepers. Other than keeping every door and window cracked open, their lives were pretty much like anyone else's. Then one day, everything changed. The older sister had dozed off in the hallway. A gust of wind blew a nearby blanket over her, completely covering her body and sealing her inside. When she opened her eyes, a dark creature was hovering right in front of her face. She figured it had to be a void. Just then, the younger sister pulled the blanket away, and the older sister vanished without a trace. The old void keeper was devastated when he found out, but there was nothing he could do. No one taken by a void had ever come back. The younger sister refused to accept that. She wrote to a mushisher named Ginkgo, asking for his help. After hearing their story, Ginkgo agreed to take her to the void's nest to search. The moment she stepped inside, she was completely overwhelmed. The nest was a labyrinth of endless tunnels. Only one passage connected to the outside world. Every other tunnel led deeper into sealed chambers. Finding her sister in there was like searching for a needle in the ocean. One wrong turn and she could be trapped there forever. That was actually why Ginkgo had brought her. He wanted her to see the truth for herself, to let go, and find a way to move forward. But even faced with something that brutal, she refused to give up. She kept slipping letters into unused cocoons, one after another, hoping that somewhere out there, a wandering void might somehow carry her sister back. Maybe her devotion moved something beyond this world, because years later, in a small silk farming village, a little girl with no memory emerged from inside a cocoon, and clutched in her arms was a letter.